Hi friends, this is Mrs. Seaman and I'm here with another fun activity you can do at home. It takes just a few supplies. So we need some construction paper, or white paper would be fine, scissors, a pen, some markers, crayons, colored pencils, either a glue stick or some tape, a measuring tape, and an envelope and some stamps. Now that we've gathered all of our supplies, here's what we need to do. On this piece of paper, I'm going to place my hand and I'm going to trace around my hand. Once I've traced around my hand, I'm going to use the scissors and I'm going to cut out my hand. So it should look something like this. After that, with my other piece of paper, I'm going to fold it like a hot dog in half, and then I'm going to fold it in half again. When I fold it in half this time, I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut just the edges of each side off. So while I'm doing that, what do you think is going to happen to this paper? So when I cut the edges of both sides off, I get strips of paper. The next thing I'm going to do is, with my tape measure, I'm going to measure how wide my arm span is. So my arm span is 58 inches long. That's really long. I wonder how long this will be. All right, so now that you measured your arm span, here's the next step. I'm going to show you what we're actually doing. We are going to make a hug that we can send to somebody that we love. So these strips of paper we're going to use to simulate the span of our arm length. So what we'll have to do is measure how long these strips are. So when I measure them, it is 12 inches long. So I have to take 12 inches. How many 12-inch strips do I need to make 58? Okay, so that's what you're going to have to figure out at home. So I'm going to take some tape and I'm going to tape these pieces together, and this is going to make my arm span. So I'm just going to keep building it and measuring it as I go. So 12 plus 12 should be, 24. So I'm going to keep measuring as I go. So as I build this, I can add sayings to my strips of paper. I can add drawings to my strips of paper. Maybe I write a poem on the strip of paper. Maybe I send a riddle on the piece of paper, a joke, and maybe on the back is the answer. Or maybe my loved one needs to call me, and then I'll tell them the answer if they don't get it. So then on the ends, we're going to tape our hands. So this will be our hug. So notice you can decorate your hand any way that you want to, or you can leave it plain. So on this side of my paper, I'm going to add my other hand. And we're just going to either glue or tape that hand onto our strip. Now remember, we want our strip and our hands to measure out to be the distance that we measured. So mine was 58 inches. So I'm going to take my tape measure and I'm going to measure and make sure that my hands match the length of my hug. So once my hug is finished, I'm going to fold it up. So I'm going to put it hand to hand and fold it again. Fold it one more time. And I want to fold it enough that it can fit into this envelope. So see, my fingers are sticking out a little bit, so I may have to bend some of these fingers over, which is fine. It'll fit in the envelope a little bit better. Okay, so once I have gotten this the way that I want it, I'm going to put it in the envelope. And I'm going to seal up that envelope. And then I'm going to address it to the person that I want to send it to. So in the middle, I'm going to write the person that I want to send it to. I'm going to send it to my Aunt Jeannie because she could use a hug right now. And then I'm going to put what street she lives on and then the town that she lives in. In the corner, I am going to put my name, the street that I live on, and then the town that I live in too. And then the last thing is to take a stamp, and we're going to put a stamp in this corner over here and place it in the mail. So hopefully your family members or your friends or your teacher, you can mail these to Oak Ridge if you want, and then your teacher will see it when they go back to school. So hopefully they will enjoy that hug. I'm sure that they will.